Okay, welcome you guys, July 13th. We're trucking through this month fast. Can't believe it's the 13th already. But, I wanted to just follow up today. So our focus for July is really all about nutrition. You guys, I want you to really, get that, right? The exercise is the part that can increase your motivation, that can give you that daily endorphin high. It'll help to regulate everything, but the nutrition piece of that, when we want to feel better, when we want to control health concerns, when we want to lose weight, that's where we really hone in on. And I think, again, it's really all about mindset. So we're going to wrap up a little bit of our tracking week this last week and talk a little bit about that. And I want to share a couple of tips with you, but really our success and how it all comes down is really all about mindset. So I hope that you're continuing to pull out your Bootcamp Bible. It's been good. I had some great conversations from your weekly check-ins this week. People struggling with some things that we really kind of put in place, some personal development that I think will help to grow. And Pascal, you're here live. You've done more with your personal growth, I think, over the last couple of months. And I mean, I won't speak for you, but what do you think? How has it helped you? Has it helped you?
No, I love it. I discovered that. I never really had time to pay attention to that. Now I'm reading a lot. I'm meditating. I work out first thing in the morning for the last week. I know you worked on it for me for many years, but now I got it. I'm getting up and doing it. It's perfect. So after I did my workout, I feel like eating more. I have my shake in the morning, and then the day starts well, and I track it, and I do all that now. I really use your Bible to get me started, and then once you started to follow a few of those people, internet shows you more people, so it's kind of the ball rolling, and you want to know more.
Yeah. Awesome. I love it. Absolutely. And right there was key what you said. You started doing that routine rather than it being maybe I'll get to my workout here, or maybe I'll get to it here. Now you've got specific things and a specific pattern and order that you do things that are really helping you. And that's what it's all about, right? Is establishing those simple routines in those areas of your life that you want to be more disciplined. And you guys, it gives you more time, right? We think oh, all of these things are going to take time. It's going to take time, but it really gives you more time because, you know it's going to get done. It is done. It's off your plate. You feel good because you've spent more time on you and doing things that are important to you, not just everyone else. So that's motivating. It's going to drive your energy level to be able to give more and to just be more focused throughout the day. So you've got to allow yourself to try and develop those habits first and foremost to get there. So just looking at the app, so we did better through the week. So tracking, right? It's like the good and the bad of our life. But I want to just emphasize, especially when you're trying to hit specific goals or change some processes or develop better habits, tracking is really such a key to being able to help you to move forward more quickly. And why do you think that is? Pascal, I'll have to pick on you again, but how do you think it can be helpful? Because I know when we first started working together, that definitely wasn't something that I coached people on a lot, was tracking. I really didn't understand the benefits of that. But using the containers, you really have to track, right? So that you know what you're eating and how much you're eating. But what do you think?
When you track, you know what you can adjust, because the mind forgets otherwise. I have a Fitbit watch, so the application of Fitbit tracks my weight because I have the scale that goes with it. It tracks my sleep. So if I have a bad day or a bad week, I can see, is it the sleep? Is it the water? Is it the food? I can track back and try to adjust. And if my weight goes up or I don't sleep well, then I know what to change. And the thing I find difficult is to track water, because I drink water all day long, but sometimes I forget to write it down, but I try to do it.
Yeah.
And no, tracking the food is a must, because when I'm not tracking, I don't think about what I eat. So
Yeah. So a couple of things. So number one, tracking helps us to be in control, right? Because instead of us guessing or our minds telling us something happened that probably really didn't happen, we're able to see that information. So we've got that information right in front of us. We know how to adjust, right? Like, so get excited when you think about tracking just in that way, that, this is going to give me the information of how to change from being where I am to being more successful every single day, right? And it's empowering too, because you might go through cycles where you've done really good and then life throws things at you and you get off track. I know now, like going back to my trackers and seeing like, okay, I remember this being a really good time, and going back and seeing what was it that I did. Like it just helps me to know exactly how to put myself back in the driver's seat, and also to see that it's not as hard as I'm thinking it is a lot of times, right?
the tracker that I really liked was the MM100, because you had to put some thought to it and write down some gratitude and write down some why, and that's when I started to realize how much impact it had. So now
Yeah.
it's easier now.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that MM100 book, and every day writing those things down, right? So that's
Yeah.
number one, it puts you in control. Number two, it helps you to be more mindful in your eating, right? Because when you're writing things down and you've got that realistic plan for the day, when you start to veer away from that something's happening, right? And you can stop yourself and say, what is it that's happening right now? How am I feeling? Is it an emotion that's taking me away from my plan? Is it, are you just starting to see that when you cook, you taste a lot while you cook, right? Those bites, licks, and tastes, those BLTs, those all really add up. So tracking really helps put you in a mindset to be more mindful about your tracking too, right? So it puts us in control, gives us more awareness, so we're eating more mindfully. And like Pascal said, there's lots of metrics that go into our weight loss. Definitely our food and how much we're eating and putting that together is important. But things like our sleep and how we feel and our mental state, all of those things can really contribute positively or negatively to our weight loss as well. So whatever you use, I just want you to be consistent, right? But I love both of these journals that come with our nutrition plans, because they really give you all of that, right? You can track your weight, you can track your sleep, you track your water, you track your food, but they do give you those positive opportunities to really look at what's good, right? It's so easy to focus on all the things that we do wrong, that it can really put us in it can really decimate our motivation quickly, right? But when we can focus on things that we're proud of, right? Like the daily win, that's why we did the daily win this week, right? What's inspiring you? What was something that went well that day? Really, despite all odds, there has to be something that goes well in that day, and I want you to focus on that. So like with your To Be Mindset journal, you've got your current mindset, right? You get to choose each day how you start with that mindset and what your goals are. And then me time, being able to take some time for you. What was that? And then why was today great? I love that she puts that in there. And I want to challenge you, don't just skip over that part. Like make sure you really look for 3 things that you're proud of that day. So same thing with Autumn's book in here, right? And she goes through a morning mindfulness to set yourself up for success. And then you've got your evening reflection, right? And what are you celebrating today? What can you improve on? How did food make you feel? What emotions did you feel while you're eating, right? Putting us in a mindful state to really help us to understand what's going on, right? A lot of times we turn to food and things that we don't want to, but we just never stop to think about, what else do I want in my life right now? Or what would fill this hole that I'm turning to these behaviors that don't make me feel well, that can help me to feel better. And that's what this is all about. I know a lot of us started by wanting to lose weight, right? But that losing that weight was leading to a bigger why, right? It was leading us to become and to create and to develop into this person that we want, which is bigger than our weight, because we can become this person that we want at any weight, right? But being able to start looking at these things and recognizing us, right? And recognizing our ability to take action and to be in control of the things that we want in our life help us to develop that discipline in every area of our life. So I applaud you guys for getting started, for improving, right? I gave that little reprimand, and it was as much for me in the middle of the week as it was for anybody to really like dial in on that. Because usually when we're not tracking, it's not about the food, it's about our mental state, right? And what we're giving to ourselves. And we deserve to give that to ourselves, right? We deserve to reflect and to feel good and to make progress. And it's a really powerful thing. So
there's one motivator that I'm following that gave me some food for thought, but he said it's good to have objective and every day to have steps to achieve those objectives, but you also have to plan ahead what can go wrong, and if this happens, what am I going to do about it? So now what I do is that if I don't feel like going to work out first thing in the morning, I tell myself, if I don't work out, I don't take my shower. So, you know, before I take my shower and I want to go do something else, I got to work out. So my brain knows I'm working on it anyway to put this into my routine. And if the phone rings, if my friend calls, if my kids are here, if, you know, something happened, I still have to do my workout before I shower.
awesome.
I mean, I'm not working, I'm staying here, so I have the opportunity. I could do it at 10, it doesn't matter, but as long as I work out before I shower, I'm good, I'm happy.
Awesome. Good. It's so great to have that, right? And again, dig into your Bootcamp Bible if that speaks to you, because that section where you go through creating your why also has a section about what obstacles do you foresee happening and how can you overcome those, right? It's perfect. It's perfect to really have that, because then it doesn't become, you don't become a victim to your circumstances, right? You're always in control of that, because you know, yeah, plan A is not always going to happen, hardly ever, right? So do we give ourselves that plan B so that we can move forward? So awesome. I love it.